What's going on, New Gaming Order? This is Alex Lexus, New Gaming Order staff. There's a lot of us today, so I'm gonna do the quick intro. So let me get to the Halo window and to Discord. All right, so we have a lot of meaty topics today. So my goal is to not
Me? What?
dwell. What?
Angus beef, baby. Angus beef.
Yeah.
Oh, he went with the safe thing, y'all. I was about to do something real X-rated.
Do it.
All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go around the table with the staff. Demizzle, give us your intro, man, from Mr. Free Play Mode
I'm
himself.
first. Okay, what's up, everybody? Just wanted to let you guys know to check out the latest episode of the Low Tier Battles because something truly special happened on that episode. I don't want to spoil it, but come the 15th, which is 10 days from now, I will be getting EA Sports UFC 2, so look for me on that. Gamer tag is Demizzle for Rizzle, so if you want to fight me on day one, I will be using CM Punk and I will be whipping that ass.
You know what? I'm gonna call Demizzle out in that game and a rematch in Street Fighter. So I'm just giving you a heads up. Bullseye. Ding ding. So with that,
Get off me, dragon!
also, I wanted to publicly thank Free Play Mode. Like, we've been sharing our audience where our numbers have bumped up and his numbers have bumped up. And since he made me an admin over at Free Play Mode Facebook page, it's really working out. That's the power of networking. So, you know, if you have groups, link up with one another, help one another. You never know. We're all in this together. All right? So, moving on. The returning Dragon Senpai, or Manpies as we call him, that's his New Gaming Order name. You know, apparently he's locked in a heated battle with Shinwar in Street Fighter 5. If Shinwar is streaming, you can check him out at Shinwar446 at Twitch. And Senpai, what you got for us, man? Where you been? How's everything? You been doing your homework?
Damn, Daniel.
Straight A's or you can't stream.
Okay, let me talk, alright? Number one, I have a very good Karen, so watch out. Two,
Oh, so I heard.
Crewing, what happened to that 1v1 match? What happened?
Uh-oh.
What happened with what?
What happened
Alex,
with,
put the hat on, dude. What the hell?
Oh,
You're
yeah.
breaking up. You're breaking up.
Yeah, say that again.
Never mind, whatever, I'm just back.
He's just back.
He got censored out.
He's just back. Deal with it.
Dang. All right. So, Playboy, once we go into the break, then I'm gonna break out the hat that you got for me. It was pretty cool. I had my lady wearing it. It was a lot of fun. So, but skipping the CEO for last. NGO Goken, what's going on, man?
What's going on? Crazy week. Crazy busy week at work again, but I just got commissioned and hired to do Mugen's new PC build, so that's coming soon. Very soon.
Yay.
Why you get a new PC and I don't? What the hell?
Yeah, why don't I get it?
Well, it's a streaming thing.
Well, you know what? Let me stop.
Alright, we'll talk about that offline. But Goken, while we're live, if you want to shed some I guess some highlights on the Elmera family feud that we had for my cousin Dejamir's going away, little get together. It was some excellent Street Fighter stuff.
We played about 70 rounds. This is like the second Street Fighter bash we had at my crib. It's about like 70 match tournament basically. Alex came through and he took that win bar. The percentage was too high, so you know. NGO Goken had to get on the controller and bring that to a halt.
You know what?
So
You got your ass whooped.
Wait a minute. Who took the headband though? You don't want to talk about that, do you?
Nah, you took the headband. My
Okay.
Street Fighter headband got taken. But yeah, it was awesome. 70 rounds, 70 matches. We were supposed to go to the movies. We're supposed to go to the movies, and we spent like 3 or 4 hours.
Why is that dog barking? Get a cat.
Well, and you know what? We should have streamed that one. So the next one that'll be in the works. We'll probably do a streaming of the Family Feud within New Gaming Order. All right, so with
King of the
that,
Hell battle. King of the Hell. The King of the Hell battle.
all right, cool. Now NYC Playboy, what's going on? What's new? And
Hey.
you guys know I still need the benchmark stuff from you, Shin Raven, and Goken.
Mine's is ready. I'm gonna send mine over today.
All right, cool.
Yeah, so is mine. What did you do? 3D Mark or Catzilla?
3D Mark. I can't do Catzilla because I can't get like a free copy of it. So
Let me. Where's my 3D marker? Hold up. How do I? Oh shit.
All right.
Okay.
Well-
I did it this morning.
Okay, while y'all handle that, I'm gonna give Project Justice the floor to do his intro.
I'm not done yet.
All right. I thought you were like still searching for stuff, but yeah, go ahead.
No. Hey, everyone. Good morning. Happy Saturday. I was home in New York a few days ago. I apologize. I couldn't meet anybody, but still, I had
It's all
to
good.
take care of some stuff. I am still planning on for us to have a get together in the tri-state area. You know, cause too many you fuckers live out in Jersey, man. God damn.
But
Hit the
hey,
train, lazy
that's where
bastards.
that's where it's at, man.
Dirty Jersey,
No, it's
baby.
not. No, it's not. No.
well, hey
The
Takuma,
train.
who are you to talk, Mr. Texas?
Ain't nothing in Texas.
And so
Hey.
when I get back from my Asia trip in the middle of end of April, we plan to get together.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to have no hurt back or hurt whatever. Get together. You know.
Oh, that's messed
You know,
up.
bring-
Dang.
Hey man.
I know, I got
Whatever
you.
you
Bring
wanna
your
do,
friends,
whatever
bring
you
your
wanna
friends
do.
and family, whoever.
Uh-huh.
You know.
Yeah, I should be healed up in like
just
a
have
week.
a good time.
Yeah.
Grown folks only. Sorry.
I got a charcoal grill. I got a charcoal grill.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, cool. All right. So Project Justice,
All right.
man. Ah, crap! My dog's biting the hell out of me. Yeah, but the Playboy. Does that conclude your intro?
Yeah, that's it, man. That's
All right, cool. Project Justice, what's going on? How's your Street Fighter journey?
What's up, fellas? How you guys doing? It's going well. I'm getting a lot better accustomed now with Street Fighter 5.
Okay.
I'm breaking down my bad habits in Street Fighter 4 with always trying to go from jabs to mediums. So, and I'm understanding the system a lot better. I'm actually having success in ranking. I just hit silver ranking. So.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I'm going towards gold now.
All right,
Yeah.
go for the gold.
That shit is unbalanced, yo.
All right, but we'll talk about that in a bit on the PSA. Shin Takuma, what's going on, man? What you got in your crib? Shout out to Michael
We're
Hurdle.
just ordinary gamers. And we
Wow.
always play it slow.
Mhm.
No, what's up, y'all? What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Shin Takuma. Right now, I have been studying for my Network Plus exam, but I think I just got a copy of Street Fighter 5 today, so I may be making that jump over to the table for me.
Either you think or you know.
I have to launch it first there, Alex Chapo. So
Alex Chapo.
Why does my name is like the Guile theme? It goes with everything. What the heck? Unbelievable.
well, other than that though, gamers, about to just go ahead and just jump into this and let's get this thing started.
All right. And then Shinwar, what you got going on, man?
Nothing much, just getting tossed around by Dragon Senpai's Karen, but
quiet,
haven't.
man.
I just begged you up. What do you mean?
What the heck?
Tossed. That's the word you want to
Anyway,
use right now.
just in a heated match with Dragon Senpai on Saturday, so
All right.
get ready for the podcast.
Yeah, and you know the next time me and Shinwar had some private dark matches. Armika versus
Dark
Armika.
matches. What?
I
Oh.
said the Armika mirror match like ended in some controversy.
Double drop kick.
You know what? What I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna pull the replay so that Shinwar and I can do commentary over that. That was a seesaw battle, and like it went down to mere smidget of energy, which was a hell of a fight. You know, so good, big shout out to Shinwar for being.
Goku and Vegeta, yo.
Yeah, he's one of the guys that really adapts like on the fly, so you can't repeat the same tactic over and over. So
Wait, Alex, did you ever post a double KO? I think we might have the first double KO
I
in
took
Street Fighter 5
I
history.
took a picture and I put it on the Street Fighter closed group page on Facebook.
Okay.
So yeah, I took the screenshot and everything.
I think we got the first one ever. I don't think anyone ever had one of those.
Probably on the stream somewhere, but yeah,
No, I don't
we
think so, man. I don't think so.
yeah, well we posted it. We were going all out, and then hey, you know what? Powers neutralize each other, so it's all gravy. And with that, Nelson, co-CEO, co-producer, what's going on, man? Before we get started.
What's up, everybody? Again, sorry for my lateness. I was supposed to help out Alex today, but it seemed like he's doing well with it. Hopefully, we have a great podcast. And to answer your question, you guys are not the first to ever get a double KO. Team Spooky has that.
Yeah, I figured.
When was the date? When was the date? What was the date of that? How do you know? How do you know?
It was on the stream.
2 days.
Show me the receipt.
2 days after launch.
Oh,
2 days after launch.
Yeah.
All right, you guys think they got us?
And it's on
But we were
YouTube.
early.
All
But
right, so we got the second one.
Yeah,
well,
you got the second ever.
Yeah, well, it's documented. It's still on my cell phone. Oh, by the way, Gokin, your girl is recording us, right? Like,
Yeah.
do you have access to that footage? We can use it.
I'll get it from her.
All right, yeah, she got some good stuff because there was a lot of pop-offs in those matches and stuff. So, you know,
want to pop off?
yeah, there was so much trash talking. It was like, wow, you guys. I invited Shinwar for the next one. You know, if we're
You're
all
welcome to
local.
come, man.
Yeah, it's
Mi
like
casa es su casa.
it was like the Lions Den that day, but it's all gravy. But with that being said, let's get started. The first topic in the shoot, we're talking about Phil Spencer, and I want to give out a shout out to Noop and Gokin. We were making some predictions that strangely have seemed to be making their rounds, so to speak. So, first example, we were talking about what if consoles became upgradable like PCs, and we, never thought that it would go down. And all of a sudden, the Microsoft team is considering, instead of doing console upgrades, they want to do incremental upgrades to your already purchased device. Now, I believe Forbes reached out to Microsoft in reference to that. And my thing is, I'm kind of on and off the fence about it because I'm for it for the backwards compatibility. Like, it solves that. You know what I mean? Now you have, you guarantee backwards compatibility. It's that one UWP, Windows Universal Platform, where you work on it, it'll always work. All you do is just upgrading the hardware. Now, with that, if they do it, they have to do it the right way, where instead of console generations, hey, we're going to switch out this, we're going to switch out that. And it has to be simple and streamlined. You know what I mean? Because this way, you're not going to run into the problems that happen with the Steam boxes, where, you need an i5 and i7, and, the strength of the consoles where their simplicity. You pick it up and play. So now, if they're blurring the lines between the PC and the Xbox One, which will be, in essence, their last one console, they got to make sure that they do it properly. Now, I frowned on Sony for going this route where, let's release a more powerful version of the PS4, but I wouldn't be opposed to a upgradable PS4. Maybe since, they were talking about the end of the console generation, if they go this route, it might be, an evolving cell of a console generation going forward. And I would say not to rush that, because they got to be careful where, you don't want to also split the market and cannibalize yourself, Microsoft, because a lot of the stuff where, releasing stuff on PC and Windows at the same time. And now this news, ordinarily I agree with Phil Spencer, but I'm a bit hesitant to agree with this. But it's not a bad idea, but it's not a great idea yet. I don't think the market's ready for that. And, it's only now going to be competing with PC, so I just wanted to lay the foundation with that. You can check out Games Radar. They're one of many sources that we use to generate this topic. But I wanted to give the floor to Demizzle from Free Play Mode. What are your thoughts on Microsoft considering this? And if they're successful, will the other companies follow suit?
Bad idea.
Okay.
Because there's too many things that you have to do. You're gonna end up splitting your own market regardless, because you're gonna, instead of the beauty of consoles is that, okay, there's only one standard that we have to work here with. So people who develop for Xbox 3, One and PlayStation 4 when you develop for PlayStation 4, you're developing for however many people have PlayStation 4s, which is 40 million people. It's the same PlayStation 4. And when you develop for Xbox One, you're developing for however many people have Xbox One, which is something like 22 million people. It's the same Xbox One that everybody has. If you do upgradable things, you're going to have a segment with like, okay, these people have more RAM. These people have the better processor. These people have the better GPU. These people have the better GPU and the better processor, but not the more RAM. These people have the better GPU and more RAM, but not the better CPU. Yeah. So you're going to be developing for more standards, and you're going to leave people, and then you're going to get developers that you like, you know what? We're going to only develop for this standard. So that means if you want to play our game, you're going to have to get this configuration of the Xbox One. And then you're either going to have to have Microsoft authorize a bunch of authorized Microsoft upgrade centers where you can bring your console in to have it upgraded by an official.
Wait, did they say that? Did they say that? Or we're just speculating right now?
No, this is like what they will have to do.
No, that's not.
No, we don't know that yet. Yeah, we don't know that yet.
That's not true.
Yeah, that's a good point that you brought up, because it's like, okay, in essence, you said like something.
The reason why console gamers are console gamers is because they don't want to have to fool around in the innards of something to make something work. They know when they go and purchase that game or download it digitally that it's gonna work as it's supposed to work.
Yeah, out of the box. No, like having to troubleshoot and stuff. But guess what? You see, the separation from console to console, like you said, it's guaranteed to work. You know, you won't run into these hiccups like, oh, well, I need this card, I need that card. Now, if they do it where it's like a one-time thing per generation, like, okay, you're going to move to Xbox One version 2018, right? Let's say they do it that way, then you can kind of streamline what needs to work here and there. They can't do so many upgrades during that particular generation. So instead of, let's say, the next Xbox or the next PS4, they upgrade it, right? It should stay that standard for a console generation and then move on. Like, if you're doing it like every like minor increments here and there, that's going to be a problem.
But here's the thing, you're also going to run into people who are going to be like, okay, since it will be upgradable, I'm like tech savvy enough to do it myself, so my Xbox is going to have this amount of RAM when only this is the standard. Or you're going to run into somebody who's not so tech savvy, who thinks they're tech savvy, and they're going to brick their system trying to upgrade it.
I think if they make the parts snap-on or like proprietary, they shouldn't have that kind of issue.
No, that's the wrong way to go. They're not going to do that.
Because you see, now if they do it that way, you can control that thing from happening.
You can't. So when you talk about GPUs and you talk about CPUs, you know what, I'll just wait for my turn. And
plus, like the other thing is, like, Xbox and consoles in general, they're not like PCs where the GPU and CPU are like detachable things. Like in a PC, like you can essentially just take the heat sink off of a CPU and take it out and unplug your GPU from whatever PCI 3 slot that it's in, and swap out another one. Simple as that. Like for a console, these things are soldered onto the main boards. They're essentially one chip.
Yeah, true. And you know what I think too? I don't think that they can do it with the Xbox One in its current state. They're gonna have to release, and even Sony, like when they were considering making a more powerful PS4, that they can't do it with the current configuration. You have to build the console with that in mind already. You know, so that's just something that they're gonna have to consider. You know, Phil Spencer. And being that he's so approachable, I'm gonna make sure I put this on his Twitter channel to see the pros and cons of it. You know what I mean? But
overall, I just think it's a bad idea, because if Microsoft doesn't do authorized Microsoft upgradable sensors like a Best Buy or a Target or whatever store, you're gonna end up sending your system back to Microsoft, and you're gonna be out of a console for like however long. it takes for them to do the upgrade.
That's why going proprietary is not a good idea.
Okay, we'll see with that.
But here's the other drawback: if you don't go proprietary, you're gonna have so many standards out there. You're gonna have the AMD standard.
That's not true either.
Well, okay. Well, we'll wait. Yeah, go ahead, Demisel.
Do you propose that, like, okay, even though we're not gonna have proprietary parts, like the only way you can get around not having proprietary is like, okay, we're only gonna deal like only NVIDIA GeForce cards are gonna be working in our system, or only.
I think it's gonna be a partnership.
No, okay. So when you look at PC gaming right now, right? Normally games run at a certain level, right? And they say for you to be able to play this particular game at high settings, at extreme settings, right? Which everyone doesn't need extreme settings. You need this much RAM and this level GPU, right? So there's an industry benchmark when these guys are developing their stuff, right? And just because they're developing, some people may be developing using the NVIDIA platform, but it's still, if you have an AMD card, the game still works. You may be missing some graphical features, but just because you develop on one doesn't mean it works on the other. There's not like a huge effort in transitioning, the APIs to work on the different cards.
That's false. That is false.
No, but it's that way right now on the consoles.
Yeah.
So
when
you talk about the GPU and CPU being integrated on the board, which is what PS and which Sony and Microsoft are doing currently right now, yes, in those instances, probably yes, but that's not the because when you take those games out from the console and bring it onto the PC, they still don't follow that same standard. You get what I'm saying? Like, they both work. Because it was developed on NVIDIA doesn't mean it's not going to work on the PC. Like
that's false. That's false because there are games that will not work entirely on AMD processor cards that will work on NVIDIA cards.
Okay, like what game?
Okay, but you know what? Hey guys, time out. Ding, 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 ringing the bell. We'll save that for director's cut. So make sure you take your
games. I want to know. Give me
guys. Time out. We're gonna save that for director's cut. So so everybody gets a chance. But don't forget your notes. Yeah, I'll let you guys get in the ring with that.
Right here.
Yeah. But so Demisel, for the sake of time, I want to give Senpai a chance to speak on it. But in conclusion, what are your thoughts just in general? You're saying it's a bad idea, right?
It's a bad idea. Like, console gamers are console gamers for a reason because it's quick. It's highly accessible. It doesn't require you to do anything but plug in the controller and put in a game disc.
Okay.
And once it starts getting beyond that, you start moving into the realm of PC gamers, and the reason why PC gamers are the exact reason that console gamers are console gamers. PC gamers are PC gamers because they feel comfortable going inside of their computers and doing what's necessary to run whatever game.
Yeah. Because my thing is, if this works and this becomes the standard for consoles, the consoles as we know it may just completely change. Things are just like in a different area than they were back in the 80s when we started gaming. And also shout out to Shin Raven in the chat. He just refresh the chat. You should be good to go. But before I go to our next in the shoot. Oh well, and Senpai disappeared. Well, that means that Goken will be next. But with that, Smith Spencer said Microsoft can break out of the cycle by selling optional hardware upgrades, allowing players to keep up with the new tech that they previously would have to wait years for. Okay. Now, if they go with this program, will it bring the cost down of investing in a brand new console every 7 to 8 years? That's something to think about. There's some good things and some bad things with it. But again, I'm kind of wary with that because again, I was vehemently against Sony releasing a upgraded PS4, and my reason behind it is, do I have to buy a whole new PS4? You know what I mean? Microsoft, it looks like they're clearly stating that, hey, interchangeable parts that I can get with. Buying a new console again, I don't know, because when you think about us in our mid 30s and older, well, Playboy being much older, you gotta look at a couple of things where priorities of life, and then Playboy missed the joke, but
No, I heard that I was muted. Forget you.
but with that, I wanted to give Gokin the floor on this. What are your thoughts on consoles may someday possibly going upgradable? And shout out to Noop. We were talking about this about like 6 or 7 months ago. It was crazy.
We did. We had a couple conversations about this and the multitude of opportunities there are right now because of where technology is at the current moment.
And then the funny thing is, I'm actually contradicting myself because I said, yeah, that'd be cool if we have PC-like adjustability for our consoles. And now here I am where, it's about to happen. And I guess with Playboy assisting the company with equipment and everything, I'm just like, oh, can you justify having an Xbox One when all of that could be done PC wise? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So when you look at what a lot of things that are going on right now, there's a big push for a lot of like in the PC market for us to be building small gaming. I keep going like a gaming PC console. I guess that's the only thing I can come up with the name for it. But basically a portable PC that's powerful enough to run the games on my TV, right? Without having to have a whole desktop tower in the way or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And to this day, it is very feasible, right? And I'm in the midst of building one of those, and it is very feasible, right? The mini ITX boards are small enough. They hold one GPU slot.
Yeah.
They're not big and obstructive. You can build a console that's basically maybe just a little bit bigger than an Xbox One now, right? With replaceable parts and play PC games from there, right? Yeah. Microsoft, I think this is going to be good for Microsoft. I think this is very good for gaming.
Yeah. I agree too.
There's a lot as far as cost goes.
It might drop the cost, I think.
100%, because there's like if the concern is I have to buy a new GPU to play a certain game, that's not true, because there's always the range of minimums and maximums for games. So just like you can play Street Fighter at low spec or whatever, as long as most games are going to play at 1080p at 30 to 60 frames a second, right, which is a normal television. Yeah, most people are going to be fine with the base system that comes out initially, right? Okay. It's when you move into something like in a game that only plays in 4K, which they never do. This type of thing never happens in this era of gaming. Yeah. So we're almost 10 years away from like 4K as a standard for all games coming out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. 1080p is still the gold standard.
Now, here's the funny thing with that, Gokin, to add to that. Oh, and they were talking to Phil Spencer about this. Now, if you can upgrade the X1 or a upgradable version of the X1, 4K now becomes possible without having to develop a whole new console to do it.
Right. Exactly. And if you want to you don't have to do 4K.
Yeah.
Right? They're not putting a gun to your head and say you have to play this game at 4K.
4K, baby. 4K.
The game can play at 4K, it can play at 1080p, 4K, and it can play at 720p.
Yes.
So this is great. I think this is awesome.
So some people are like not happy with it because it's just like, okay,
you got to think about universal.
Brother Natural.
But I think universal gaming, if you look at that, this kind of forces PlayStation and Xbox to just have a platform where you can log into like Steam and play the games that they have available for you. And you don't have to worry about going out and paying for 2 different consoles.
Yeah, as long as this doesn't go the route of the Steam box or the console PC.
Yeah, but the Steam box is not a thing. They exist, but they're just really small PCs that can play games at the standard 1080p from a range of 30 to 60 frames a second, which all NVIDIA cards and all Radeon cards meet those requirements. Yeah, right. And there's different price points for those cards, and if you want to go further than norm. And you want to do 144 hertz and all that other stuff, then you pay more for that.
Yeah. Now, if they do go through with this at E3, I hope that they flesh out a map or an execution plan as to how this would actually be feasible. And if it drives down the cost, then I'll be for it. And if Sony does the same thing, I'd be for it too. That'd be great. You know what I mean? Now you can stop with the it would eliminate the whole fanboy thing, and well, your system can't do this and your system can't do that, and just, to me this is like a dream in the sense where, like, my motorcycle, I can upgrade it and do whatever I want with it, and Kawasaki can't say your Ninja can't do 195 miles an hour.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So
They
about
give
when
me
you
the
pay for
power
a
to
console
do
when
it.
they come out. You pay $500 for your console, right?
Yeah.
It's proven now that you can build a gaming PC for $500. So the fact that this is a bad idea for even consumers is crazy, because think about who makes gaming PCs now. Everyone does.
Yeah.
Asus has an ultra small gaming PC that's running 980 Ti's and Radeon graphics. Alienware, Dell Alienware is making those type of things.
Yeah.
Now you're opening up that market for other people who don't want to tinker. You guys had a big point about having to tinker with a console. Guess what? Asus will make one for you. Dell will make one for you. Who else? Toshiba will make one for you.
Yeah.
All these other OEMs can get right back into the market and start making things at certain price points. And now you have more competition. So now they have to figure out a way to bring the price down, right? Custom PCBs for the graphics cards for all the vendors that meet the requirements for the standard of gaming.
I would think though,
100% it works.
If they don't go too crazy with this, or make it where they start like cash cowing the hell out of us in the sense where, oh well, we have this version card, we have that version GPU card. No, it has to be a baseline per generation and stick with it.
Right. In most cards, if you have a 980 Ti now, or you have a 390X card now, or something of that level, the card is pretty much good for 5 years. Right? There's no leaps and bounds for these games where you cannot
keep up.
Game. Where you cannot game. I'm not even keep up. Not game. If the point is, I want to be able to play my game and play it good, then you can do that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Now, for the sake of time, I want to move on to NYC Playboy. What are your thoughts on, consoles or Microsoft? Their intent is clear, and it looks like Larry Herb from Major Nelson was saying this was the plan all along. And that I think that, I don't know, where do you stand on the issue? Because now the PC Master Race may not have the advantages that it once did.
Lies.
Now, I'm just saying, we don't know. We don't know yet.
Just stop with the lies.
Okay, well, what are your thoughts? Shit! This shit out.
I don't know. I'm you know what? I am just
indifferent.
I'm biased towards PC gaming. I'm at the point where, yes, as I have gotten older, thank you fucking very much. I've just moved away from console gaming because it's just I don't know. That's what I think too. Yeah, exactly.
What the heck?
And I just can't quantify it. How I feel right now. It's just like I'm okay,
no, I mean you're content with you're content with your setup. I mean, and that's okay. And that's why even with the Asus here, I'm like, I don't really would need it. You know what I mean? But
right.
The next topic is going to talk about the universal ecosystem that Gokin said that Microsoft should be doing, and they're leading to that. So it kind of would benefit folks, if anything, to invest and it'll help out PC side of the house and the console side, or this hybrid, generation that they're looking at creating. But I mean,
something to say about that. But when the topic comes up, yeah.
Okay. All right. So moving on to Shin Takuma. What are your thoughts on possible upgrade generations coming, to Microsoft and possibly Sony at some point if it's successful?
If it's successful and if it's taken well by the gaming community, sure, why not? I mean, it's successful, and if it's upgrading, and if it's taking a step up from where we're coming from, sure, why not? But if it's going to have its faults, its downs, back and everything else, whatnot, you may want to test it out first. I'm sure they're going to test it out well, but make sure the product is always 100%. Make sure you test it on virtual settings and everything else or whatnot before you give us a complete product. Please do that first, and then if you're gonna test it, do like a beta testing or
pilot.
Test it and see, do like a pilot, something like that. Invite people in and see how this feels, and do like a review before you actually launch it and everything successful. If it's successful, go with it. If not, then go back to the drawing board. That's all I
Okay.
got.
All right. Shinmore, what are your thoughts on possibly opening up consoles to PC-like upgrades?
I think it has its advantages and disadvantages. Initially, when Phil Spencer mentioned it, I immediately thought about the Sega Genesis with the Sega 32X and Sega CD, and all those are pretty much add-ons and everything.
I don't have my phone with me.
Huh?
What's that? Okay.
Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's all about how you're gonna implement it. I think Demizu said it earlier. For the tech savvy crew, we're able to swap parts out, blah blah blah, and do all that. But what about the average gamer that just wants to play the console and you want to upgrade? He doesn't know how to do it. So now he may have to, take his console
or the Microsoft store.
Right, take it to the Microsoft store, which they may implement. But then you got to look at the competition. So Sony's going to be like, oh, look what they're doing. Let us step into that arena. So now, once again, the landscape of gaming is going to change again. So I think it has its advantages and disadvantages. Ultimately, we pay for one console, and now we're paying for upgrades after. So we're still putting money in, and it's also like a PC. We buy a PC or whatever, and then if we want to upgrade, we got to get another hard drive. We got to put money out there. Thankfully, that the prices for these for this hardware is coming down. Well, it's pretty much down. So it's cheaper. So it has its pros and cons.
Now, I think too that it'll spread out the need for making a flat out all new console where you can keep instead of doing 2 console generations, you do one with the same hardware, but hey, you're just boosting it and spreading it out more. So by the time you need to buy a brand new console, it'll be like 10, 15 years down the line, as opposed to every 7 or 8 years, $500 a pop, and then the stuff is limited.
Yeah, it's almost like a video game with the software updates. So you put a game out, and now you're doing DLC to keep it alive. And stretch it out. It's almost like that.
Yeah, and the funny thing that I say too is, if you look at it again, it will ensure backwards compatibility if they go this route. No more of this patching that. This stuff will still work. Like Steam, I have all my stuff working on all different laptops that can handle certain games. So I don't know. It's just Review Tech was like, oh, don't do it. Stone Fox Media, he's like, he's okay with it. Some people, I guess it's a matter of preference at this point, but if he can just, for me, drive the cost down, this little bugger over here is expensive from time to time with his medical stuff, you know what I mean? I got my, things with the house and repairing credit, things like that, so it's like, it would help where, cost for me would be a great thing to, drive me in that direction. But, Shinwar, if that concludes your point, I'm going to give Nelson the floor. All right, and Nelson, last but not least, what are your thoughts on... Oh, Project Justice! My bad. All right, PJ, what are your thoughts on Microsoft doing this before I go to Nelson?
Real quick, like Chinwar said, it's all about how you implement it. If you go like 32X style, whatever, that's terrible. But
it needs to be internal.
If you guys remember Saturn had the RAM cart. If you're able to implement it as a cart in which you just take the component out and swap it for another component, I think it'll be implemented right. And also they have to watch out for prices. Like the problem with the Steam machines, they range from 400 to 2,000. You can't have that type of range.
Yeah, you got people confused. They're like, oh, what do I get this? Do I get that? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. If it's streamlined and simple, it should be okay.
I think it depends on all what you want, though, right? I guess if you're okay with 720p gaming with the upscale, then you don't need to spend $1,200, right? And that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. That's what consoles are.
You understand? It's optional. You don't have to get it. Like right now, all gaming's already programmed like that. That's why when you look at the PS, like example, the PS4 version of Street Fighter 5 doesn't look as good as the PC version.
This is true.
The version has a higher ceiling, so games already programmed to run on different levels. Now this is going to give you the option which level you want at home, besides having a PC. So I think it's a good idea. It's just all about how you implement it.
Okay, and you said something very interesting, PJ. That if you know the PS4 version and PC version of Street Fighter 5, there slight graphical differences, and if now you can kind of bump up the console version to be like in close contention, the PC Master Race guys, Playboy, you know, now that's gonna be rather interesting, you know, argument going forward, you know.
Yep.
All right, cool. All right, last but not least, Nelson Ketduki, what are your thoughts on the topic?
What?
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 Nelson Dookie, what the hell?
Ketduki? Oh,
What?
Ketmuki.
What? Alright, I'll make this in brief. The way how I see it,
You know Master Chief.
about it being upgradable, not upgradable, it all boils down to preference. As what Demizzle says, once you start putting upgradable parts, you're not in the PC realm. I honestly don't see the reasoning to bash it because there are some people like myself that like to upgrade the storage compartment within these consoles.
Okay.
There are a lot of games out there that require such an enormous amount of gigs, such as Assassin's Creed Unity, Halo 5.
Grand Theft Auto, 65 gigs.
Yeah.
65
Or Halo.
gigs,
Oh my gosh.
65 gigs to 80 gigs, even to 115 if you have Elder Scrolls Online. So it's a lot to handle, and if I have the necessity to upgrade the power so every game could be at 60 frames per second, I could change the shadow texture and stuff like that, it's worth my investment, but that is for my personal usage. It's not meant for everyone, but it should be accessible so it can be done.
Give everyone the option, right?
Correct. They should give everyone the option to do so, and again, this is not a bad idea because again, everything is becoming a mini low-core PC now.
Yeah.
So
That's what the
what's
consoles
difference,
are.
guys?
Yeah.
Spending
So
what? You're spending on launch day of a console. You're spending maybe $400 to $500. That's probably a very low-end PC that can just barely do the brim minimum of actual.
Yeah, medium to high at best.
Right, and you guys have no idea if you start upgrading like you would on PC, you will see the jump in everything. So it's like, as what Playboy says, as what Goken says, shoutouts to On Your Knees, shoutouts to Shin Raven. PC is the master race for a reason, and that is why. So that's to my point.
Okay. Now with that, you know, what we're gonna do, New Gaming Order, we're gonna go into intermission, and then Goken and Demizzle can finish their you know, director's cut, you know, exclusive argument. Oh, also Nelson, I need help with the director's cuts. They're not uploading to YouTube for some reason, but we'll talk about that during intermission.
I will help you with that if you're doing it for local reasoning. You probably just have to like name it in a certain way.
Oh, okay.
On its shit.
Because like 3 weeks has been doing that, so it's all good.
No worries, we'll fix it. No worries.
All right, so New Gaming Order audience, make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on newgamingorder.com for the latest and greatest gaming news. Also, tune into Free Play Mode's channel, you know, partnered with the New Gaming Order Network. Shout out to Full Screen. And again, make sure you rate and comment. We need those subs.
Why is the dog squirming like that?
I don't know. He's being a Mitch. He's biting the hell out of me. But New Gaming Order.
Put him downstairs.
Yeah, I know. I don't have the gate for him yet. But okay, New Gaming Order. We're going into intermission. Goken and Demizzle. I'm gonna ring the bell and you guys can have at it. We'll be back.